Happy Friday, mga igsoon. Today we are now on the 18th chapter of the Gospel according to Luke. Ngayon, pag-usapan natin ang verses 1 to 14. Dito sa passage nito, merong dalawang parables na kwento si Jesus sa mga disciples niya. Ang una, makikita natin sa verses 1 to 8. Follow along as I read from the New Living Translation. Chapter 18, verse 1. One day, Jesus told his disciples a story to show that they should always pray and never give up. There was a judge in a certain city, he said, who neither feared God nor cared about the people. A widow of that city came to him repeatedly, saying, "Give me justice in this dispute with my enemy." The judge ignored her for a while, but finally he said to himself, "I don't fear God or care about people, but this woman is driving me crazy. I'm going to see that she gets justice because she is wearing me out with her constant requests." So dito, makikita natin ang halaga ng pagpupursigi or persistence. Katulad ng unjust judge, dahil kinulit siya ng widow, binigyan niya ng hustisya ang widow. Bakit? Dahil ba gusto niya? Hindi. Dahil nakulitan siya. Ito ang lesson na mapupulot natin dito. Kung yung judge na masama ay kayang bigyan ng hustisya ang taong kinukulit siya para sa hustisya, how much more our God? Kung palagi tayong nagpe-pray sa Kanya, don't you think He will give justice to us? At ang Diyos talagang gusto niyang magbigay ng hustisya sa atin. Hindi katulad ng judge. Hindi tayo sasagutin ng Panginoon dahil lang nakukulitan siya sa atin. He will answer our cries because He is a just God. In other words, palagi tayong magdasal sa ating Panginoon. We can present our requests to Him consistently. Kahit pa araw-araw, gabi-gabi tayong kumakalampag sa Panginoon, walang problema sa Kanya. Eventually, sasagutin niya ang mga panalangin natin. Sabi nga ni Apostol Pablo sa 1 Thessalonians 5:17, pray without ceasing. Ibig sabihin, lagi tayong mangusap sa ating Panginoon. Now let's look at the second parable. Makikita natin yon sa verses 9 to 14. So let me read verse 9. Then Jesus told the story to some who had great confidence in their own righteousness and scorned everyone else. Two men went to the temple to pray. One was a Pharisee, and the other was a despised tax collector. The Pharisee stood by himself and prayed this prayer. "I thank you, God, that I am not like other people, cheaters, sinners, adulterers. I am certainly not like that tax collector. I fast twice a week, and I give you 1/10 of my income." But the tax collector stood at a distance and dared not even lift his eyes to heaven as he prayed. Instead, he beat his chest in sorrow, saying, "O God, be merciful to me, for I am a sinner." I tell you, this sinner, not the Pharisee, returned home justified before God. For those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. So dito naman, tinuro ni Jesus kung paano dapat ang attitude natin kung nagdarasal. Kinumpara niya ang dalawang tao sa parable, yung tax collector at yung Pharisee. Yung Pharisee, puro pagmamayabang yung prayer niya. Thank you, Lord, na hindi ako katulad ng ibang tao dyan na mandaraya. Hindi ako katulad ng tax collector na yan. Pero yung tax collector, nagpakumbaba siya sa kanyang dasal. He did not even dare lift his eyes to heaven as he prayed, sabi sa verse 13. Siguro nakayuko lang siya habang nagpe-pray. Inamin niya na makasalanan siya at nanghingi siya ng mercy mula sa Panginoon. At sinabi pa ni Jesus, I tell you, this sinner, not the Pharisee, returned home justified before God. So anong meron kay tax collector na wala kay Pharisee? Humility. The word is called humility. So yun ang attitude na gustong-gusto ng Panginoon na makita sa atin. Kung mangungusap tayo sa Kanya, huwag tayong magmayabang. Ayaw niya sa mga taong puno ng pride. Instead, God honors people who are full of humility. At hindi lang yon, may bonus pa. If we humble ourselves before God, itataas niya tayo. Sabi nga ni Jesus sa verse 14, those who humble themselves will be exalted. Pero yung mga mayayabang, ibababa niya. Tulad nung sinabi ni Jesus, those who exalt themselves will be humbled. Once again, what are the two lessons we have learned from these parables? Una is be persistent in prayer. Always pray and talk to God. Don't give up in asking Him and presenting our concerns to Him. But in doing so, we need to remain humble. Yan ang pangalawang lesson. We can be persistent in prayer, but we need to remain humble as we present ourselves before God. That way, God will exalt us because our hearts are in the right place. God bless po sa ating lahat, and may we always seek Him today, and not just today, but every day of our lives.